What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about Red Dead Redemption 2, which curiously was pretty much game of the year when it came to the single-player experience for almost every publication and every award show. But when it comes to the multiplayer side of things, it was arguably one of the worst online experiences you could have in 2018. Before we get started here, once again though, to all the fanboys out there, let me say if you're enjoying Red Dead Redemption 2 online, I want you to keep enjoying it. And nothing I say in this video, or any other YouTuber, or Twitter, or anywhere else, nothing any of us ever says should take that away from you. If you're truly enjoying yourself, it wouldn't be possible for me to be able to take that away from you. All I want to do today is take a critical look as to why other people aren't enjoying the game, including myself, and what it would take to bring people like me into the game so I can enjoy it with you. But when it comes to the single-player side of things, you cannot argue that Rockstar absolutely knows what they are doing. If you look at Red Dead Redemption 2 over on Metacritic, they have a score 97. This is arguably the best game that came out in 2018, almost regardless of who you are. And even the user score is a happy 7.9, which is pretty rare, but I do think that's a little lower than the critic score, mostly because of the online mode. But there is no official score for Red Dead Redemption 2 online, and so you kind of have to turn to the community to see what they are saying about the game. And if you go to Reddit and you check the Red Dead Redemption 2 online subreddit, you're going to find the top most voted post right now is this post comparing the game to Fallout 76, saying that even Fallout 76 was less tone-deaf than Rockstar has been with Red Dead Redemption 2 online. So community sentiment is very bad. So first off, let's talk about some of the defenses I know that you're going to see in the comments section of this video. Number one, this game is still in beta. And while that's true, the game has only been out for about 3 months and they are calling it a beta. This is pretty much an official release because at the moment you start charging for microtransactions and in-app purchases, I consider your game to be released. You should never be charging money for a beta version of the game. And yes, that goes for Magic the Gathering Arena. Even though they call that a beta right now, that is the official release because you are charging people money. And the reason I feel that way should be obvious. If it's a beta version of the game, how do you know what the final economy for your game is going to look like? Maybe you're going to charge them too much right now. Maybe you're going to charge them too little and spoil your economy. You should never bring a credit card into a beta economy. It just should never happen. But a company like Rockstar shouldn't be releasing an unfinished product. It just shouldn't happen. You only have one good chance to make a first impression, and if you screw that first impression up, you're going to ruin your game, and Rockstar knows that. They knew they were releasing an unfinished product. They knew they were releasing something with very limited game modes, but still a ton of microtransactions, so they slapped that beta tag on there as a defense. It's not truly in beta. It's just an unfinished product that was ready for release, and if we let them buy with that excuse here, you're going to see other companies using it moving forward, and we just can't have that, so we have to hold them accountable. And secondly, a lot of people will say, well, Boogie, look at what Grand Theft Auto Online became. It started off in a very similar fashion, but became a very, very different game that was highly played, highly coveted, and people absolutely adored it. Once they added heists, once that game was out of alpha, people really flocked to that game. But I think that's a completely different game, and I think that was at a completely different time. Grand Theft Auto has guns and outfits and tons of different vehicles, including cars and planes and helicopters, and it's modern day, so you can get modern day vehicles and modern day apartments, and you can play all of these crazy modern day video games. It's pretty much a modern day life simulator, so it's going to appeal to a much bigger market than Red Dead Redemption 2 Online can, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is a Western. There's only so much you can do with a Western, with old-timey weapons, old-timey outfits, old-timey ranches or apartments or whatever you're going to do. But when it comes to the game modes, it's very limited. When it comes to the upsell with outfits and emotes and horses, there's only so many different horses you can buy. There's only so many variants on the horse that you could possibly pick up and purchase. So it's a very, very different genre. And I think Rockstar's biggest mistake was not understanding that. Rockstar took the playbook from Grand Theft Auto Online and applied it to Red Dead Redemption 2 Online. The problem here is, though I have plenty of interest in getting a fancy new car, and I know a lot of other people do, but I don't have any intention of getting a differently colored horse. It really doesn't seem to matter to anybody playing that game. What they are interested in is game modes and stuff to do. Not stuff to acquire, but stuff to do. But since Red Dead 2 is a Western, I do feel like that might also appeal to an older audience. A younger audience might care a little bit more about how cool their car looks, or care a little bit more about the kicks their character is wearing. But an older audience like me, a man in his 40s, we're going to judge that game based on how much fun we're having playing it, and not the stuff that we can acquire. And I know everybody does that, but honestly, I would actually purchase a car inside Grand Theft Auto Online and get excited about it. I'm never going to get excited about having, some styling on my shotgun in Red Dead 2. It just doesn't matter to me. The other reason you can't treat this game like Grand Theft Auto 5 Online is because it is a completely different market. Keep in mind, it's been 5 years since GTA 5 Online came out. And when that game came out, there was not much competition. There's definitely competition now. Every game has an online mode. So many of them are free to play, and most of them launched in a much more finished state with much more game modes and much more stuff to do than GTA 5 Online did. Fortnite, Apex Legends, Black Ops Blackout Mode, Battlefield 5, Anthem, you name it. Back in 2013, an online mode was a novelty. Now it's the norm. And look, Rockstar, face it, there's only so many players out there who are going to play the same game over and over again every day. More importantly, there's only so many people out there who will pull out their credit card to spend money on this kind of stuff. And it is a very saturated market. When Red Dead Redemption 2 Online went online, it had one chance to make a first impression and to catch everybody's attention. And unfortunately, you failed to do that. And the truth is, Rockstar is a master at their craft. Their single-player experiences are like nothing else. And the fact that they will sell tens of millions of copies of that single-player experience, and then give them, in addition to that, a free online mode, filled with microtransactions, of course, to try to get the consumer to spend some money on that free mode. Regardless, it's a great business model, and Rockstar is really, really good at that. The mistake they made here is that Red Dead Redemption Online just launched with too many microtransactions and not enough stuff to do, and it really soured the community. But now the good news is, even though Red Dead Redemption 2 Online is effectively Red Dead, it could be resurrected. I enjoy that pun quite a bit. And I do believe they can resurrect it. All they'll need to do is take a page out of the Grand Theft Auto 5 playbook and release a giant free patch, paid for through microtransactions, but free to players like me, a giant free patch, the equivalent of heists in GTA 5 Online, that gets the media talking about it, that gets YouTubers playing it, and you'll bring people back to the community. It's all going to come down to how well they release those smaller patches and those content patches moving forward. So let's take a look at the track record there. If you pay attention to the community sentiment right now, they will tell you it's almost impossible to acquire the things you want to acquire by playing the game. And so one of the easiest ways to make money in this game was by hunting animal carcasses. And this latest patch, according to the community, has made it more difficult to find animals. And when you do find those animals, their skins are now worth half as much. And with this latest patch, there's some very much needed new content, including some new emotes, but they are also gated as well. A new emote can cost anywhere from $100 to $300 in-game dollars, with a select few being purchasable with gold bars. That's the real money currency. And according to community sentiment, it looks like they have decided to double down on this practice of milking the consumer. What they have done is they've slowed down the economy, they've raised the prices of new items to make it even more difficult and a slower grind to get those items, to encourage the people who are still playing to spend more money. Rather than trying to get new players in by giving away a lot of free stuff and a lot of in-game currency, they are slowing it down so that they can milk the players who choose to stay. Now, a quick update here, by the way. Rockstar has clarified the nature of the hunting price changes, saying that a bug caused sales of skinned animal carcasses to be the same as whole unskinned animals, despite the animal parts having already been harvested. This meant players could skin the animal and sell the carcass and the parts separately to make more than intended. Sales of animals and animal products now pay out correctly. No sell price of animal parts or whole animals have been changed, only the value of a skinned carcass has been corrected. Now, I'm willing to take Rockstar at value here and say that it is entirely possible that was a mistake. And if it was a mistake, it's the kind of mistake they absolutely cannot afford right now when they are losing community sentiment, losing players, and have no way to bring new players back in. And the good news is, I do think you could get the entire community playing this game eventually. I think you could get everybody who purchased the original game to play. All you have to do is create something big, create something magic, create something huge that can compete with your Fortnites and your Apexes and your Blackout modes and get people to actually come play the game. But it's going to have to be big, it's going to have to be important, and more importantly, it's going to have to be generously free. Rockstar Games, of all people, should know that this is a numbers game. And yes, you can rely on the whales to spend the majority of the money, a couple of $100 on your game. But the more people you have playing, the more whales you have playing, the more YouTubers you have playing, the more whales you have playing, the more people you get talking about it in the media and in the press, the more people you have playing. And that means the more whales you have spending money in your games. So go big, go wide, go generous, go free, and fix this. I really hope you do. Or alternatively, Rockstar, you could do what we all want you to do, which is make some more video games. Make Grand Theft Auto 6 and forget the online mode. Just make a really great single-player experience. Make Bully 2. You've got so many great games that you could be making. I would love to see the Manhunt series return. Could you imagine in 2019, as politically correct as everything is these days, if Manhunt came back, people would lose their minds. I would play that game in a heartbeat. So Rockstar, either double down and fix Red Dead Online, or start making some new games. Either way, I would like to spend some money, so help me. But that's just one man's opinion. I could be wrong, and I know if I am wrong, you guys will let me know in the comments section below. Have you played Red Dead Online? If you have, what did you think? Did you feel it was generous, or did you feel it was stingy? For the Rockstar community over there at the subreddit, I hope you guys do watch and enjoy this video. I did create this specifically for you guys to let your voice be heard, because I do have friends at Rockstar. I will send them this video, and hopefully it can help them understand the problems you guys are having with the game, and hopefully keep you guys playing, and hopefully get them to do what's right by the community. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like on this video, hit subscribe down below so you get more videos like this, and if you join the notification squad and you're one of the first people to watch a video within the first hour it goes live, you can guarantee the success of that video just by clicking like on that brand new video within the first hour, and I hope that you choose to do so. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.